Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Republicans versus Republicans versus Republicans. A three-faction dispute is growing over the tax cuts. Back in 2017, Trump got a tax cut package through. The expiration date on the cuts is 2025. It's strange that it was set to expire then, right? Right after he would have finished up his second term if he had been reelected in 2020. But now he's entering his second term in 2025, which means if they aren't extended, he'll be presiding over a tax hike. If this was set as a trap for a future president, Trump walked into it himself. Well, Republicans in the Congress are giving him a headache. Extending the cut would add about $4.6 trillion to the deficit, according to the Congressional Budget Office. Given all the campaigning and rhetoric about deficits and the debt, some Republicans believe the rhetoric and don't want to add to the deficit. Others are trying to figure out how to get the cuts extended to appease Trump. Still others have taken the stance of extending the tax cuts and trying to pass some of Trump's campaign promises related to taxes. Representative Chip Roy said, quote, "We should be mindful of making sure that there are corresponding cuts or corresponding tax changes to make sure that we are deficit neutral." It seems incredibly unlikely that Republicans are capable of finding a way to offset the trillions of dollars the Congressional Budget Office says the extensions will cost. That means Trump would again be running deficits and adding more to the national debt. Rather than finding a way to pay for the cuts, Republicans are likely to lean into alternative ways of doing the math and attempting to cast doubt on the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office. Some are already pointing to what's called dynamic scoring, which intends to be a system that accounts for increased economic activity. Generally, the Republicans' expectations for dynamic scoring is, let's just say, incredibly optimistic. Wrong. They're wrong. If they actually do try to become deficit neutral, they'll make cuts to government services. They'll probably go after food stamps, maybe Medicaid, NASA, NOAA, things like that. Or, of course, they might actually try to offset it with tariffs. That would require more than 100% tariff on all imported goods from all countries. The rate of imports would also have to remain the same despite the high tariffs. Remember that higher tariffs will discourage imports. We don't know exactly which way the Republican Party will go. What we do know is that it's going to be an internal fight within the party, and they're on the clock. This is one of those moments where the Democratic Party could play hardball and not offer any votes. With the disagreements within the Republican Party and the tight majorities, it's probably going to get heated. Republican leadership is trying to avoid this by working out a consensus on how much they can add to the deficit ahead of time. We'll see how it works out. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.